Man, I've seen some crazy stuff on the internet, but I think this one takes the cake. For those of you who don't know, there is a subsection of TikTok full of people who practice witchcraft. They refer to themselves as witch talk. I am not making this up. Recently, there's been a rumor going around that a bunch of baby witches, that's what they call beginners in witchcraft apparently, have decided to go and hex the moon. Now, what is hexing? To hex something is to cast a spell on or bewitch, as in he hexed her with his fingers. So if you decide to hex the moon, you're bewitching the moon. You are casting a negative spell on the moon. And as you would expect, witchcraft TikTok was not happy about this. Let's take a look at the Twitter thread that started it all. What's going on with the moon? A thread because everyone is confused. Basically, in the past few days, a group of fresh baby witches decided to band together and hex the Fae, and then the moon. And they did! They're now planning to hex the sun too. What's a hex? A hex is essentially spell work that is a collection of negative energy and is directed to someone, something, or a group of someones and somethings. These are intended to have negative effects and cause harm to them in their lives. These baby witches specifically stemmed from witch TikTok. Witch talk. You can't make this stuff up, man. Who are the Fae? Because remember, they did hex the Fae as well. Well, technically, the Fae are Celtic specific, so it's more accurate to say fair folk. But essentially, they are non-human creatures that fairies are based on. But when they're fricked with, referring to the Fae, whoo, baby, you've now got trickery for the rest of your life. And maybe a bloodline curse. If you're lucky, they'll probably also steal your soul. And all these tweets have like 14,000 likes. People actually believe this stuff, man. 2020, am I right? After hexing the Fae, this group of newbie witches decided to hex the moon. Yeah, the planet, the moon. They hexed it. I hate to break it to you, but the moon is not a planet. It's a moon. Why does this matter? Well, for witches, the moon is integral to our work. Most notably, it fuels spells and provides power. Obviously, you shouldn't disrespect the moon? Question mark? But actually, the moon thing matters because there are gods that rule the moon, and hurting the moon hurts them. Not so much physically, as hurts their energy / power and hurts them emotionally. Now, I'll talk more about what I think of witchcraft later in the video, but I mean, if you're a god and measly little humans on the planet Earth are able to affect your energy and power and affect you emotionally, then you're a little bitch of a god now, aren't you? I mean, I don't know, man. I thought gods were supposed to be like gods, you know what I mean? And be like super powerful. How can a human even affect that? It makes no sense. Also, if you don't believe in this, absolutely do not disrespect what is happening to those of us who believe right now. Not only does it make you an a-hole, but the gods in Fairfold are already mad. Don't make it worse. Oh, honey, you got a big storm coming, man. TikTok. Not all witches on TikTok are like this. In fact, 99.9% aren't. Mostly witch talk is educational and jokey content. No one knows the real origin of the group of hexers. Well, guess what? I do. I know the origin of it. It was started as a fake rumor to get the witchcraft community on the internet to make fools of themselves. And boy, did it work. It's like the whole OK symbol thing, where that was turned into a W power symbol. It started as a 4chan troll to get the mainstream media to actually report on that symbol as being a literal hate symbol when it wasn't even true. Same thing happened here. Let's take a look at how Witch Talk responded to this. To the group of witches who hexed the moon, you have angered Artemis and Selene. Prepare for the repercussions! Has anyone else been feeling extremely depressed and having extreme depressive episodes these past few days and feeling overwhelmingly sad and anxious for no specific reason? And your eyes hurt a lot and you keep crying and can't control it and you're seeing that it's because people are hexing the moon? No? Just me? Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's just you. Yeah.
Whoever hexed the fucking moon? I did a tarot reading to see how the moon is doing right now. Not doing fucking good. Not fucking doing good right now. Whoever did this, fuck you.
Oh my god, dude. These people are serious. It's literally bringing people to the point of literal tears. Like, oh my god. So a group of witches have decided to hex the moon. The moon is a sacred holy being that is never to be messed with. Artemis has been badly hurt and Apollo is pissed. Not only is there that, another group of witches are planning to hex all the Fae. Oh no. Like, how stupid do you have to be? You and your entire bloodline will be cursed. I hope you get what's coming to you. Now, I don't want to insult someone's entire religion, but I'm about to insult their entire religion. If one person in a bloodline can do a bad thing to cause the entire bloodline to be cursed, don't you think that's a little bit fricked up? You know what I mean? Like, if I was part of a religion that believed that, then I would get the hell out of there, dude. If my life could be affected by what my ancestors did that I had no control over, doesn't that seem a little bit harsh to you? Don't these gods that are being worshipped here in witchcraft, don't they seem a little bit unreasonable and mean and not worthy of any worship at all? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. To the witches that hex the moon, frick you from the bottom of my heart. Frick you. I'm gaining weight. He don't love me anymore. I have no friends. Are you happy now? I get hella anxiety now, and I had 3 breakdowns today. These people are children. I mean, my God, take a chill pill and come back to reality. The moon is not angry at you. It cannot affect your life. It's a rock. The only force it exerts on the earth is gravity, and that's backed by science, which is real. Magic and spells and hexing is not real. Y'all real clowns believing that. Ever heard of a not interested button? Liked by creator. Oh, it doesn't mean that we're not interested. We're definitely interested because it's entertaining as hell, man. But if you're a witch or a wizard and you practice witchcraft, do not fret, because Witch Talk has come up with a solution. A very interesting solution.
I think they've done some stupid shit, and I'm not trying to hunt them down or make their lives hell, though I would be perfectly justified in doing so. But I think that at this point, witches as in general need to band together and bind these people's powers. They already fucked us all over by hexing the moon. They've already fucked a load of shit up by hexing the fae. I think that at this point, we as a witch community need to band together and make sure that they can do no more harm, especially if they're planning on hexing the f***ing sun. So we need to find out who the hell they are, and everyone just band together and cast a binding spell so they can no longer pull bullshit like this.
So their solution to prevent this from happening again is to cast a binding spell. I didn't even know that people practiced witchcraft. I thought it was just a thing that you see in fantasy novels, in fantasy movies, in video games like Skyrim. I didn't know there are actual people who practice witchcraft. What the hell? And forgive me if you think that it's offensive for me to say these things because I'm making fun of someone's religion, right? But if your religion involves magic and casting spells and fair folk and fae and moon gods and sun gods, it's my opinion that you deserve to be made fun of. I mean, come on. At that point, you're just asking for it, man. So I wanted to get to the bottom of this because I think it's just hilarious and I want to figure out what's going on. So I tweeted, does anyone know where I can find the actual TikToks where the witches hexed the moon? Because all I can find is people saying that TikTok witches hexed the moon, but I can't find the actual TikToks of them doing the actual hexing. I got a response that said, I scrolled through so many frickin' videos, and even in the comment section, people cannot find the video. Well, as it turns out, the videos don't exist. It's fake. No one ever hexed the moon. Wait until Witch Talk finds out that Coven never actually hexed the moon, and the misinformation was purposely carried on to see if they could get witches to say they, quote unquote, felt a shift, hence making a fool of themselves. And my God, it worked beautifully. It was a false rumor that was spread around to get witches to say that they felt a shift as a way to mock their religion. The closest thing that I could find to proof that anyone actually hexed the moon were these 2 TikToks. You call me a baby witch, but somehow I was able to hex the fae, hex the moon, hex the sun, anger the ancient ones. This has to be a joke. I can't. It's good to know that even as a beginner, I'm powerful enough to have these effects. I haven't even reached my final level yet. Why does no one realize this is a joke? People are so gullible, dude. It's hilarious and sad at the same time. But this TikTok right here is the closest thing I actually found to video of anyone actually trying to hex the moon. And it only has 87 likes. This is not anything. But as it turns out, even if you are an experienced witch and you are able to hex something properly, it's not even possible to hex the moon at all. In the comments of the tarot card reading girls TikTok, there are people saying you cannot hex the moon. It's not even possible. So she had to respond by saying, guys, the moon is a celestial body. I know they're okay, but it's the fact that these MFs even tried. Plus, I'm concerned for the moon spirits / deities. Everything is gonna be fine, love. The deities and spirits are VV strong, celestial beings. Oh, I know, LOL, trust. But from what I can tell, they're still hurt. Like not physically, but emotionally in a way. Not a lot, but still. I just think this is hilarious because it does multiple things. It shows that people overreacted for absolutely nothing because number one, no one even tried to hex the moon. And number two, it's not even possible to hex the moon. So this TikTokist was crying for literally no reason at all. This whole situation also proves that when witches say, oh, I feel a shift in my energy, that it's not real. It's just humans trying to explain things in a more convenient way than science can. It's so much easier to say, oh, well, the shift in my energy is caused by the moon being mad at me versus actually looking into the science behind why your mood might have changed, you know? We're in the middle of a global pandemic, being locked inside of your house. You think that might have something to do with it? I don't know. And it also shows that this girl's tarot card readings are completely false because even if an advanced witch actually did hex the moon, it's not possible to hex the moon, so that no one would be angry. No gods would be angry, no moon gods or anything. Tarot card reading is just coincidence and they're very, very broad in meaning. Every single card is very broad in meaning. Anyone can go get a tarot card reading and it will be accurate 90% of the time. And that's because all readings are so broad in general that they can apply to almost anyone's life. And the same goes for this specific tarot card reading. It's literally just a coincidence that you pulled those cards. It doesn't mean that the moon is angry. I think this story is so hilarious because it even branched out into mainstream media. Why is everyone talking about hexing the moon? The Rolling Stone, why are people angry at witches on TikTok? CNET, witches on TikTok have apparently tried to hex the moon. New York Post, watch out. Witches on TikTok have reportedly cursed the moon. And Cosmopolitan. And they had a lovely interview with an actual witch who had this to say. The whole hubbub is a rumor that got taken too far, says Gabriella Herstick, author of Bewitching the Elements. Although no witch is strong enough to hex the moon, and that's just fact, she explains, personally, I don't think this joke is funny because it feels like bad taste to joke about one of the most important energy sources for the witch. The moon is 4.5 billion years old and has been worshipped for thousands of years, she says. Every single person to ever have lived has gazed at the same moon, and while she is on her own energetic body, she has also become a living energy or egregore, thanks to all those who revere, honor, and call upon her power. Yeah, well, that's all fine and good, but the moon is a rock, so there's no mysterious energy that's attached to the moon. Just because people have looked at it for millions and millions of years does not mean that it's magical. That's not how it works. It's a rock. That's all there is to it. A rock cannot be angry at you. And I do think that this joke is funny because, like I said before, if your religion involves believing in magic, spells, hexing things, witches, wizards, you deserve to be mocked because it's ridiculous. You're living in a fantasy world and it makes no sense. You can't just hide behind the label of religion to escape criticism. That is not how it works. Well, that's about it for that one. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you like this topic because really, I enjoy making videos about crazy stuff like this. I think it's funny. So let me know if you want to see more of this type of thing in the future. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you join my Patreon. For just $2 a month, all the patrons are amazing. It would not be possible without their help. You get access to most of my videos early. Your name gets put on this lovely list. Join the Patreon or I'm gonna hex you. Again, thanks for watching. If you have suggestions for things you want me to cover in the future, leave it in the comments below. I will see you next time. Bye!